caveat emptor is Latin for let the buyer beware. And it's true, when we purchase products and services as the buyer, we do need to carefully determine, do the products meet our needs? Will they do what we want to do? Is the pricing fair? Now, of course, sellers also have responsibilities for the products and services they offer us. But from a consumer's point of view, it's important to remember it's easier to avoid problems than to fix them. And if the buyers are beware and careful of what they select, we can avoid all kinds of misunderstandings or consumer problems. When thinking about being a wise consumer, the first thing we need to do is make sure we understand our choices before we spend anything. Comparison shopping is the first step to protecting ourselves. This means avoiding impulse buying, those unplanned purchases. When we buy on impulse, we are buying on our emotions. Comparison shopping is planned buying. It's planned buying where we carefully research and carefully check to make sure we understand all of our options, including the different price points that things are available for. This is rational buying. Being careful and considering our choices means we are no longer buying on emotions. We can think of comparison shopping as a simple 5-step process. First, we need to decide exactly what we need before we do any shopping. This will make it easier to focus on what we need or want. Be sure to ask yourself, how long will I use this product? How long does it need to last? What features do I really need? Next, think about the quality of products you are comparing. Quality depends on the materials used, craftsmanship, and durability. Be sure to look at the product and its packaging. Now is the time to check with others to see what experience they may have had with the product. Remember, Consumer Reports and Underwriters Laboratory are 2 sources of independent reviews. The third step is to carefully check that you understand all the costs associated with a product. Some products will cost more to maintain or own over time. For example, some clothes can be easily washed in any laundry facilities, while other clothing needs to be carefully professionally cleaned. And this is a cost we should take into account when we're planning purchases. Be careful with products that use batteries. The type and quantity you will use can become a big expense. Then think about how the product will be used. We will use some items frequently, so spending a little more for quality may be a wise choice. Other items we may use infrequently, perhaps even just once. These may not be worth spending top dollars for. Finally, be sure to consider the opportunity cost when you make your decision. There are always trade-offs. When we choose to spend money on one thing, we have less to spend on something else. Before making your final purchase decision, be sure to look at how this impacts the rest of your budget. Will you still be able to buy the other things you want and need? Making informed decisions is a very important part of managing our money. Making purchase decisions rationally instead of emotionally can save us a lot of misunderstandings and problems. When we carefully comparison shop, not only do we make sure that we're getting things that we actually need or want and that are fit for the purpose we want to use them, but we're also making sure we get fair values.